Today, we're celebrating failure. Yeah, you heard me right. We're about to dive into some of the biggest mistakes ever made and uncover how they accidentally completely changed the world.
And hey, if you love uncovering the secret histories behind everyday stuff, make sure you're subscribed to Everything About Everything. We've got so many more of these mind-blowing stories coming up, and you're not going to want to miss out. Just think about the stuff you use every single day. Are you sure you know what it was actually invented for? I mean, what if I told you that you've been using bubble wrap wrong your entire life? Or that your favorite soda started out as a medicine for, like, depression and headaches? You know, the history of human invention is just full of these happy accidents. We picture these geniuses with perfect blueprints, but the truth, some of the world's greatest inventions started out as massive, colossal failures. So today, we're opening the case files on 5 products that turned their epic fails into billion-dollar successes.
First up in our investigation, the bizarre case of bubble wrap. It didn't start its life as packing material. Oh no, it was actually supposed to be a trendy new wallpaper for your living room.
And you can just see the wild contrast right here. The plan was this revolutionary 3D plastic wallpaper, perfect for the futuristic homes of the 1950s. The result? A global phenomenon for packing and, let's be honest, the world's greatest stress reliever.
This timeline just lays out the long road of failure. So in '57, the inventors basically sealed 2 shower curtains together, trapping these air bubbles. But nobody, and I mean nobody, wanted bubbly plastic wallpaper. So they tried to pivot, selling it as insulation for greenhouses. That flopped too. It wasn't until 1960 that a marketer at IBM had this light bulb moment. This stuff was perfect for protecting their new, super fragile computers. And just like that, the case of the failed wallpaper was finally cracked. All right, next up is a drink you've definitely had, but you probably have no idea about its medicinal roots. The story of Coca-Cola doesn't start in a soda fountain. It starts in a 19th century pharmacy.
See, the creator, John Pemberton, wasn't trying to make a party drink. He was a war veteran struggling with morphine addiction, and he wanted to create a medicinal tonic to help with pain and anxiety. The original formula was this potent mix of alcohol and coca leaf extract, marketed as a cure for everything from nerve trouble to headaches.
The transformation was really just a series of forced changes and total accidents. When Prohibition hit Georgia, Pemberton had to replace the alcohol with sugar syrup. Then, completely by chance, carbonated water got mixed in. And just like that, a nerve tonic became the most popular soft drink in the entire world.
Our third case file is about a complete and utter failure. A glue that couldn't do its one job, stick. And the stakes were super high. The mission at 3M was to create a super strong adhesive, something tough enough to build airplanes with. They were literally shooting for the stars. Instead, back in 1968, a scientist named Dr. Spencer Silver accidentally created this weirdly weak, reusable glue. It was shelved as a total failure for a decade. The breakthrough didn't happen in a lab, it happened in a church. A colleague, Arthur Fry, was getting super frustrated with his bookmarks falling out of his hymn book. He suddenly remembered the useless glue and had an idea. He applied it to his bookmarks, and boom, the Post-it note was born.
Okay, for our fourth investigation, we have a real head-scratcher. How did a powerful disinfectant, originally used for cleaning operating room floors, end up in every single bathroom cabinet?
Yeah, the original uses for Listerine were not so fresh. We're talking a surgical antiseptic, a floor cleaner, and even a treatment for gonorrhea. Not exactly mouthwash material, right? So it's no surprise that sales were pretty awful.
So what cracked this case wide open? Pure marketing genius. They found this obscure, medical-sounding Latin term, halitosis, which simply means bad breath. They essentially invented a disease so they could sell the cure.
And they sold it using fear. The ads played on social anxiety, with taglines just like this one. Terrified of having halitosis, people rushed out to buy floor cleaner to use as mouthwash. It was a brilliant, if a bit sneaky, example of marketing creating a problem just to sell you the solution.
And for our final case, we have the most dramatic pivot of all. A heart medication that spectacularly failed its main mission, but uncovered a multi-billion-dollar secret in the process.
So researchers at Pfizer were developing this new drug called sildenafil to treat angina, that's chest pain and high blood pressure. But the results for treating heart conditions were, well, they were pretty disappointing. This chart really says it all. The drug's effect on angina was low, but one particular side effect was surprisingly high. The drug worked, all right, it just didn't work where the scientists expected it to.
The final clue wasn't in the data, it was in human behavior. Nurses started noticing that the male patients in the trial were getting strangely reluctant to return their leftover pills. Pfizer pivoted, fast, and a failed heart medication became a global phenomenon.
So what do all these stories have in common? They prove one really powerful idea. A mistake isn't the end. It might just be a brand new beginning.
The inventors in our stories didn't give up when their first plans failed. They looked at their mistake and asked, okay, so it's not wallpaper, but what else could it be? The lesson here is that your biggest failure might actually be your greatest success in disguise. The key is just paying attention.
So which of these accidental inventions surprised you the most? Do you know of any other products we use wrong every day? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching.